Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Lab Rats from DC Comics, made by John Byrne, issue number 1. So what is this? Well, we're going to find out. So let's dive in. So, whoops, okay, it's a little bit too much or too far. So this girl is, I don't know, chased by a dinosaur, and she asks, Po, don't let it get to me, don't let me die. And I don't know in the beginning what's going on, but because you are jumping right into the action, and then this is happening, and then they'll only have her arm, so it's been chewed up. But then we go back and forth to this, I don't know, laboratorium thingy, and this guy is believed the scientist guy, and he got a call that, you know, people are in trouble, and it seems that these guys are hooked to some kind of a machine, and I believe there are some in kind of another world, I guess. And then we also see this girl who's, you know, a little bit. She's not hooked in, let's say. She's, you know, walking around in the facility. We come back to that a little bit later. Meanwhile, our young, well, I'm not sure we can call them heroes, but, you know, protagonists are trying to get away from these monsters. And so this guy has an idea. So, I don't know, using this, I don't know, electricity or maybe fire to scare this beast away. And that helped. Well, to a certain degree, because this flying vehicle falls over and this guy called Po is falling out into the jungle. And, well, for those who, you know, have seen those dinosaur movies. No, it's not raptors, but it's something similar. I like what John Byrne is always doing. He's taking the idea and he's going to run with it. So it's recognizable, also a lot of, you know, new stuff in it, and very alien sometimes. I like that. And so going back to the facility, so this girl who is walking with, I don't know, some kind of a metal shoe on, is looking out of the window, and they got a new recruit, if you can call them that. And meanwhile, our I don't know, this ship here, or this vehicle, has been damaged because of what this guy is doing. And you know, he says, well, that stun of yours may have chased off the T-Rex, but you screwed up all the controls interfaces. It's all I can do to stay airborne. You idiot, you still don't get it, do you? The game platform does whatever we think it will do. Shove over microbrain and I'll show you. So he says, as long as we believe, we can win. Something like that. That's why everything goes wrong in here. That's why the beta testers died. That's why Gia died. You know, the girl in the beginning. So meanwhile, the doctors come in, and, you know, he said, one of the doctors says, what happened to her? And the other one says, her encephalo readings went right off the scale. Like it was some huge physical trauma. What's running on the game platform right now? We're not sure. It's not following any of the reprogramming routines. Best we can guess, it's maybe some kind of dinosaur. That makes sense. Her biostat hotlinks read like she was being chewed. Okay. So this girl says, hey, good looking, welcome to the campus. So and she takes this guy away from the security guards, and they say, hey, keep your distance. This unit has not been processed. And she says, hey, don't worry, I'm going to take him with me, and I'm going to show him around the facility, right? Okay, meanwhile, Po is here, tried to get away you know, from these monsters, from these dinosaur thingies. And, well, that isn't working out very well, because he's now here standing on this cliff. And so the other comes and say, hey, dude, grab my hand, grab my hand. I don't think so, Alex. I don't want to end up like Gia. Let's try something else. So he jumps off, and so they're going after him. Lots of ads, by the way. And yeah, they're going to rescue him, because it seems this guy has figured it all out. Po knew exactly what he was doing. This cliff will be plenty high enough for us to match speed, because he wants it to be. But it doesn't tell us why those flying dinos are still attacking. So this nurse or scientist woman, you know, wants to know what's going on. He says, hey, Quinlan, how do you explain this? How does something that just the game start killing people? Well, that's where we're supposed to find out, Doctor. Okay, so, but it seems that this happened before because of experiments. And so he says, so he explains what this is. Game space is merely the code name for a highly sophisticated military training system. Linked to the platform mainframe, troops could be exposed to virtual versions of any conceivable combat scenario. I like that, you know? Digital warfare, but then, well, is it digital training sessions, but then without soldiers being hurt? That's something, you know, that is going to be probably implemented in the not too distant future. This comic is from the 90s, by the way, if I'm guessing it correctly. So that's cool. Only the first time it was used, all the trainees died. And so this girl says what this guy can, you know, await in this training facility, what can happen. And she says, so what sort of missions are you talking about? Lots of things. I came in a year ago. Since then I've been to 3 Go Flight, 1 in the middle of the Amazon jungle, 1 of the top of the Himalayas, and 1 of the top of the bottom of the ocean. Last one where I busted my leg. And that's why she's not jacked into this program. So yeah, so these kids, and she says that, well, they're a bunch of lab rats. That's the title of the name. That's the title of the name. That's the title of the comic, dude. Marilyn, what are you saying? Anyway, so these kids here try to stay alive. And so they say, this game platform ties directly into the minds of the user, but it makes it also realistic. But it overshoots the conscious mind, goes straight to the deepest unconscious. So anything the user can imagine can override the platform safety protocols. So like, why didn't someone figure that out before? And how does it help us? Well, to start with, it means we can do this. So yeah, this platform, it turns into some kind of a battleship, and you know, kills all these monsters. And the other one are surprised and say, hey, what are you doing? I changed the rule, Diana. Or exactly, I reinvented them. Be careful, Wu. If everything here is coming from the parts of our brains we can't control. So he says then, I know, I tried to tap into, trying to tap into it might something make worse. That came out very wrong. But you can read it for yourself. Anyway, so basically they are just, you know, bickering here and there. And he says, but do the best you can to think good thoughts, people. This platform is running on hate and fear. And that's why Gia died. You know she was always borderline suicidal. Wait a minute. You mean if we ever had thoughts of doing in ourselves in, this game will like kill us? Yes, I know. What teenagers hadn't had those kind of dark thoughts. So basically they are reconfirming that, you know, the other one, the girl has suicidal tendencies. And if they are losing control, hell is going to break loose and the game is trying to kill them. I mean, it's simple like that. And now their nightmares are still now, you know, running the show, it seems, because they are tapped into the unconscious. And everything goes wild in here, as you can see. And it looks great. I mean, this is John Byrne's art. He always do that, you know, very over-the-top, bigger-than-life things in comics. I really like that. And but on the I want to say land of the living, but that's not it. You know, in the real world. So the scientist says, everything is right off scale. The platforming is shifting into a virtual memory. And they all say, no, don't let it, keep it locked down. And so, but then, you know, it doesn't help these kids. And they say, "Woo, do something." My suggestion, any suggestions, Dana? And they talk about we need some kind of a hacker and to help us out. And then they are talking to Poe, but Poe is concentrating because he is trying to, I don't know, make sense of all this and try to think pure thoughts, maybe. And but then he, you know, figuring it out that there is a solution. But the other ones are not trusting him with that. He says, "Oh my God, Poe, you're the one doing all this?" I know, Diana. Got to pump up the volume. got to unleash everything the platform has. Dude, are you crazy? You're gonna kill us all. Cut it out, Poe. Don't make me hurt you. Yeah, come on, Poe. We're in enough trouble without you making it worse. All right. So, yeah, it grows tense. But then Wu is coming, and he says, Poe is right. I should have thought of it myself. The only way we can win this game is by overloading the system memory. So that's what they're trying to do. So they all come together and do, you know, the power of friendship. Well, they concentrate and think pure thoughts, or, you know, all of them nightmares will come out. So not really pure thoughts at all. And, you know, the world goes crazy, and then, you know, they're overloading the system, and then this is happening. They crash into, I don't know, a planet, a meteorite? Not entirely sure. But it works. So they survived, and they are being, you know, back in the real world. That was heck of a gamble you took, Poe. Didn't see we had a whole lot of choice, Trill. If we hadn't done something drastic, you all ended up like Gia. So this new guy says, you all seem so calm about it, about her dying. So the other one says, well, she wasn't the first lab rat to die, new meat. She won't be the last. That cracked me up a little bit. Anyway, so it seems that these are all losers. That's why they're here. They are throwaways from society. Nobody wants them. And they are being here to be, I don't know, experiments, lab rats, if you will. And so the scientist guy comes in, and the other one thinks that they are here, that he is here to give them another assignment. But then one of them says, hey, dude, we all tired and we need, you know, vacation. And, you know, he agrees. He says, you need to go away from campus a little bit, you know, try to relax. And I know the exact place where you could go. But before we go into that, it seems that there are some people like to get into those facilities, and then, I don't know, criminals or something. But then we see this shadow, and now these are dead and obliterated or disintegrated. And that leads us to the next one. So yeah, this is, I believe, a 6-issue miniseries, or a little bit longer, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I like it. I like it. It's yeah, something. I mean, at that time, we have a lot of these things, but, you know, since we don't after this is for me new and fresh. And I like John Byrne's art. I like his style, his adventure style of storytelling and drawing, if you will. So we're going to do all of this and see if it's actually good in the end. So far, I'm intrigued. And I hope you like this review, guys. And, you know, leave me a comment and a like and, you know, all that stuff. See you next time. Bye-bye.